people, welcome to my channel Study Creatively by Mansi. Now please hit the like button, share and subscribe this video and the channel Study Creatively. Today what we are going to be starting with is the theory of production. So this is the topic that I've picked from the 12th class for ISC and 11th class CBSE students for microeconomics. Now in this topic we are going to learn what is production. So production is the process and methods used to transform tangible inputs, raw materials, semi-finished goods, sub-assemblies and intangible inputs, ideas, information, knowledge into goods or services. So we all know what production is. Production is whatever the raw material you have, you are transforming it, you are converting it to the finished good and service which can be used, which can be consumed by the consumer and the normal people. Then resources are used in this process to create an output that is suitable for use or has exchange value, and whatever you create you are going to sold it into the market, so the value at which you sold it to the other people so that even they can consume, that is a exchange value. So this was about the production. What is production? Then moving on to the next point, where we are going to be seeing reasons for the existence of different production runs. Now there are different production runs, like whenever a market situation changes, a firm has to make a new decision so as to maximize wealth. Then at the beginning, the firm is uncertain if the change in the market situation is temporary or permanent. It's obvious. Okay. Then it will make only the minimal and necessary decision in the factor to minimize cost. Then we have afterwards. Then afterwards, even if the change is certain to be permanent, the adjustment in factors should still be slow and gradual, because hasty change involves a larger cost. Then you need to remember these points. Then since adjustment is gradual according to the according to the completeness in the adjustment in factors, three different production runs are classified. Now there you go to the main points. Three production runs: very short run or market period, all factors are fixed, remains unchanged. Please remember all these runs. Okay, very short run or market period, all factors are fixed. Then you have short run, some factors are varied but some are fixed. Long run, all factors are variable and all required variations have been made. Then you have variable factor versus fixed factors. You already know about these factors. What are variable factors? Which keeps on changing. Fixed factors which remain constant for a huge period of time, for a long period of time. Then variable factors are factors of which the employment varies with output. So they do not remain constant. They used to change with output. So you need to remember, here we are talking about the employment and the output, and employment is never constant. As output increases, your employment is also going to increase. If you put more people into the job, then more production will be made. Okay. Then fixed factors are factors of which the employment does not vary with output. Employment will be constant here. It does not vary, it does not change with output. Then you have fill in the table below. So if there is any change in factor employment in very short period, no change will be there. Then short run, then any change in output level, no. In very short period there will be no change in output level. And what is the reason for this? Because adjustment is needed. Okay, time is needed to recognize the change, make decision and implement adjustment. So therefore there is no adjustment. So in very short period, neither your factor employment change nor your output level changes. So both the things do not change. As far as short run is concerned, some factors are varied but some are fixed. We are going to look that we have a total 4 factors of production in microeconomics that we are going to look at: land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Out of them there can be few which are going to vary, and there are going to be few which are going to be fixed. Now talking about the change in output level, yes, there is a change when there is short run period. Now looking at the reason, because there is temporary adjustment, time is needed to identify if the change is permanent and to make gradual adjustment to minimize cost. Then in long run, all factors are variable and all required changes are made. So in a long run, all the factor employments are going to be variable. In short run, there were some which are variable, some are fixed, and in very short period, no factors variable. There's no change only in the factor employment. Then the reason for long run, final adjustment time is long enough for the final adjustment to be determined and implemented. So this was all the chart that you need to remember about the very short period and the long run. Now moving ahead, now you have the last point that I'm going to be discussing in today's video is the production function. What is production function? A production function is defines the relationship between inputs and the maximum amount that can be produced within a given time period with a given technology. Very important definition. This is how you have to write the definition or the meaning for the production function. Production function is nothing but it is the relationship between inputs and the maximum amount that can be produced within a given time period with a given technology. As we know, when we are doing production function or when we are talking about this chapter, we are talking it about with the point of view of the producer, with the point of view of the supplier. So please keep that thing into mind that you are a producer now, and accordingly you are doing this chapter to understand how to carry out the production. Then there are inputs, output, and then there is production run in the short run, in the long run, and even in the very short, like here into your syllabus you have short run and the long run. That's it. So production function in the short run is what we are going to be doing into the next part. Here I just talked about what is production, what is production function, and later in the video we are going to be discussing production function in the short run, long run, and very short period. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe the video.